shit. Fuck.
Okay, I'm Keith Kilgore, and this is
Your other esteemed host, Reggie Watts here.
this is Because We Care, and we're going to talk the direction of the Assassin's Creed franchise.
I think from the third one, I like how they brought it into the Revolutionary War. I feel that was an interesting take for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
I don't know how I feel about your guy being all British and shit and sympathetic to them, but that's my own bias, I guess.
Yeah.
As far as the direction I'd like to see the series go from Assassin's Creed 3, I'd like to see a more modern version of it. Would be cool.
I don't know about that.
Why?
Because if we get into a more modern, it becomes a lot more gunplay, and then it's not Assassin's Creed.
You could think it's gunplay, but
Like, at least like that's why I like the idea of having Abstergo and the Templars being more of a company. That way, it's like, oh, you run into more security guards than anything. They have batons. It's
yeah,
not,
or maybe pistols, maybe.
maybe, but then I honestly think it'll become a lot more gunplay if we go too modern, especially now. Like,
Well, there already is gunplay, you know. Like,
but I mean like hardcore gunplay, like
it would change the way the game plays.
like gun v gun instead of like
It'll make Assassin's Creed a gun game essentially. But I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I like it the way it is.
that's what happens when you modernize.
But I mean, like, some other, like, more historical time periods you'd like the game to go to.
Other historical time periods?
Yeah.
Well, I would have loved the French Revolution in all honesty, which isn't that far off from.
I had
this game.
that idea. If they wanted to, they could do another game with Connor. I wouldn't mind that. And I thought of an interesting twist, which, I mean, heck, if they do this, and this is like a spoiler, oh well. What if they did it the opposite of how they did this one?
What?
Where instead, it's like the Templars are trying to, overthrow. I mean, I know it makes no sense, but I mean, Templars are trying to take over. They don't like King Louis or whatever. So I mean, they're the rebels, and the assassins are supporting the French, which eventually it goes back to that.
Yeah.
So I mean, be an interesting idea.
Oh, definitely makes sense.
Anything else before I throw my 2 cents in?
Throw your 2 cents in, Keith. Go ahead.
Alright, I agree with a couple people. I think feudal Japan would be an amazing idea. Like Japan, like, 1800s, would be an amazing idea. They're isolated, they're still kind of like even farther back than the rest of the world. I think that'd be cool. Especially because, it's goddamn Japan. That's kind of like, the same acrobatic shit that, you would kind of think. I mean, it's stereotype, but I mean, hey, it was there back then, the samurais and shit. I know I said that I wouldn't support this, but there was still some. I mean, if they could make it work, and I like it for the idea of one mission.
What?
The idea of maybe doing World War II, but for one mission, which was like,
I don't know,
because apparently, like, if you keep up with the Assassin's Creed lore,
yeah,
World War II was a complete fabrication. Like every single major, like leader of every major power was a Templar.
Okay.
And so, Hitler was he had a body double is in their thing, and that's who he killed. But then an assassin came and he killed him. And I was like, now just picture that mission. Just picture that, like, running in and assassinating Hitler. Just picture that mission. I would always be okay if they made it a gun game if I got to assassinate Hitler. And then the only other time periods that I think would maybe work would be I know it's still America rah rah, the whole Civil War would be interesting.
Civil War definitely be interesting. I think the latest we can go with an Assassin's Creed series would be like World War I. Probably
World War I would be an interesting one because I mean it's still
we have machine guns, but but
they're not really effective in World War.
If you go to let's say you can't go towards the end of World War I. Towards the end of World War I, there was a lot of technology developing, tanks,
there's still cavalry
planes, all that shit. You can't do that. The start of World War I though would be good to do because the most technologically advanced thing you have is really bolt action rifles. The MP-18 hasn't even been made yet.
Well, then we talk about that Russian Revolution.
Exactly.
You could do stuff like that.
Perfect. Anytime before 1980 can be a good time to put the game, I think, because you could still have that the effectiveness of blades and
occasional gunplay,
but with occasional gunplay. But it wouldn't be the predominant factor of the game.
And then still I guess keep it interesting because I guess the the more modern you go, the more interesting it was. I mean, first Assassin's Creed, it was the Crusades, and then when we got to the Renaissance, people was like, Renaissance. Now people were like, American Revolution. That was like what, 200 years ago? And so everybody's all freaking out, and they're getting wet because of that. I don't know. Also, protagonists. What do you think they should go with protagonists? I mean, I know there's maybe not much they can do.
It depends on what, like I said, what era they pick. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do more off of Connor. I have no idea.
Yeah. I feel like they should do. I don't know. Maybe do something with Clay. There's some flashback shit. I mean, that's basically what all games do. Is you do 3 games and then you do a prequel game, which is like what if you look at like Halo. We look at Gears. They're doing that now with Gears. They're releasing that. And then, or maybe, and I know it's like Austin Steinhauer said, they do the whole Adam and Eve thing, so now they're going to have a bunch of female assassins.
Something good Austin Steinhauer may have said.
I know, it's shocking. But I guess, is that all we have to say?
I think that's about it though, folks.
Okay,
so,
cool. So this is...
Check it out, this is Because We Care.
Bye.